All right, everybody, welcome back to the Find a New Way to Live challenge. Today in this lesson, we're going to be talking about eliminating tolerations. We hope that up till this point, you've been able to identify some things you want in your life and identify the ways in which you would like to live. The whole purpose of this program is to be able to help you better understand what you would want your life to look like and how you're going to actually make a plan to get there. So today, talking about eliminating tolerations, we're going to be talking about the things that are going to be in your way on this journey. So there's obviously going to be several challenges, there's going to be several setbacks, there's going to be a lot of things that you have no power over that's going to prevent you from moving forward. But today we're going to talk about the things that you do have control over and the things that you can change that you want to eliminate from your life to help you move forward. A toleration is an unpleasant condition or situation that can be eliminated. And it's important for us to be able to understand the definition of that word, because we need to understand that anything that is unpleasant or anything that is causing problems in our life that we have the power to remove is something that can be eliminated. And that's where we need to focus our energy. There's obviously going to be things that are out of our power, that are out of our reach, that we have no power over, but we want to focus on the things that we can change. And that's what we're going to take a look at today. So a toleration can be many things. It can come in many different shapes or forms. It can come as something small. It can be something large. It can be something that you may not even be able to acknowledge right now. There's going to be many different challenges and situations that are going to come up throughout your life, and you need to be able to ask yourself, is this something that I have power over? Is this something that I have the capability to change in my life? Can I eliminate this? And if we can, we need to make a plan on how we're going to get rid of it. So I want to share a story with you to help you kind of better understand what a toleration is. That way you can realize how much energy it takes from you and how much energy you have to expend throughout the day. So imagine that at midnight, every single night, your energy is replenished to a 100%. So at midnight, every single night, 100% full energy, regardless of what you've done the day before. Boom, 100% energy. So imagine that you're sleeping and it's 12 o'clock at night and your energy's just been replenished and you're falling asleep and you've got a whole day ahead of you. You've got 100% energy. So imagine that at 12:15, say your dog starts barking, your neighbor's dog starts barking. It wakes you up in the middle of the night. So now you're up, you're thinking about things that you want to do, you're thinking about the day's challenges, you're thinking about whatever problems that you're facing in your life, and it keeps you up till about 1:30 in the morning. So between that time of 12:15 and 1:30, you've been up thinking about the problems that you have and thinking about things that maybe you want to get done, or maybe thinking about things that you have to do, or what you have to do next week, or what you said to that person last week. Whatever it is that's taking space in your mind that's unpleasant, and that's a situation that can be eliminated. So imagine that about 1:30 in the morning, you start to drift off back to sleep. And then again, about 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning, it starts to thunderstorm. And it starts raining, it starts thundering, it starts lightning. You may not have much control over that, but at the same time, when the wind starts blowing, you notice you have a back door that's just blowing in the wind. Psh, psh, and it's making a loud screeching noise, and it just keeps you up. And you know the wind's blowing, it just keeps making a loud noise. So you eventually just kind of lay there and think about stuff and eventually fall back to sleep about 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So at that time, when you finally fall back asleep, you get a couple good hours of sleep, your alarm starts going off at 6 a.m. Bam, bam, bam. And you're so tired because you've already been up most of the night thinking about problems, listening to the door screech, listening to the dogs bark. Just imagine at the time that you had woke up in the morning, 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, how much energy would you have at that point for the rest of the day? Maybe 75, 80% if you're lucky. It depends on how many problems you were thinking about and depending on what type of things that were running through your mind. For some people, that may be enough to kind of keep you down and out for the rest of the day. Some folks will say, you know what, I'm going to fix that door today. That dog, I'm going to figure out a way to make sure that dog's inside at night, or make sure that maybe I sleep in a different room in the house. But whatever I can do to change to kind of make sure I get the best night's sleep. So at 8 o'clock, you go to work. You take the kids to school, you do whatever you have to do, and you clock in at 8 o'clock and you go to work all day. Now, there's going to be a whole lot of things at work that you may not be able to control. You may have a lot of deadlines to meet. You may have a lot of people in your job that maybe you don't get along with very well. You may be working at a job that you don't really like so much. What in that situation do you have power over that you can control, that you can eliminate? Obviously, if you have bills and you have responsibilities, it's not logical to just up and quit your job if you don't like it. That's going to cause more problems than it's going to do good. But maybe if you don't like your job, or you don't like where you work, or you don't like driving to work, or you don't like making the amount of money you're making, maybe that's something that you can list out as a toleration and begin thinking of ways to eliminate those tolerations. So just imagine, after a night full of bad sleep and a day long of working a job, whether you like the job or not, it takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of focus. It takes a lot of concentration to kind of do everything that you have to do throughout the day. So just imagine at 5 o'clock, after a bad night's sleep and a long day's work, how much energy do you have at that time on a percent from 0 to 100? Because remember, at midnight, our energy was replenished to 100%. So at 5 o'clock, how much energy would you have left? So this is the energy. Maybe it's 50%, maybe it's 40%, but this is the energy that you have to do the things that you need to do to continue to move forward in life. So this is the amount of energy that you have to commit to your family, to your friendships, to the things that you want to do to move forward. So we just want to start thinking about how much energy we actually expend in our life, and to be able to start acknowledging ways and means that we can cut back to save more energy. So what I would like you to do is I'd like you to make a list of anything that's in your life that's an unpleasant situation or condition that can be eliminated. So maybe if you are living somewhere you don't want to live, if you're in jail, if you don't have a job, maybe you don't have money to send with your kids for lunch money for school for the day. Maybe you don't have the money to buy your kids new school clothes. Maybe you don't have money to plan for a trip to take during the summer. Maybe you have loads of dirty laundry and you can't think about what you want to do. You can't think about the day's task because you're so worried about getting laundry done. You're worried about taking out the trash, and you're worried about doing dishes. You're worried about all the things that you can change. So what I want you to do is make that list and start thinking about, what on this list do I have power over that I can change? Maybe you have a lot of commitments that you've signed yourself up for that take up so much of your time that you don't have time to do things that are important in your life right now. So after you make a list, I want you to start thinking about some things that you can stop doing immediately. So obviously, if you've been in jail, and maybe you're just getting out of jail, and you've been in jail for on and off for several years, think about, why have I been in jail for so long, and what are the reoccurring patterns in my life that kind of keep me stuck? Maybe I'm hanging out with friends that are bad influences for me. Maybe I continue to drink and use drugs. So there's a lot of things that we can stop doing immediately that's going to improve the quality of our life. And I want you to be able to look at this list and say, what actually do I have responsibility for? What is mine? What do I own in this situation? What am I tolerating that I can fix immediately? So if I give you an example of some things that you could fix immediately, maybe if you're in jail right now and you're thinking about, when I get out, I really want to have a place to live. I want to have a place for my family. I want to be able to take care of my children. I want to be able to have a job. I want to be able to pay my own bills, and I want to be responsible. So we want to start thinking about how we're living and what's causing problems in our life that we can fix, or that we can stop doing to continue to move forward. So you'll notice that there's going to be some major tolerations in your life that are going to be the root cause of any other problems that you have. So maybe if you're worried about buying your kids stuff for their birthday, or taking a family vacation, or just being able to buy yourself the basic necessities that you need to survive, maybe you don't have the money to do that. And maybe not having the money to do the things that you need to do is causing a lot of other problems in your life. So maybe if you were able to get a job, maybe to able make a little bit more money on the job, maybe that right there would be enough to fix a lot of the problems that you have in your life. So I want you to start thinking about what's causing problems, what's getting in your way of moving forward, and start, for right now, just making a list of all the things that are getting in your way of moving forward in life. I want you to be able to have a vision of what you're working towards, but at the same time, we need to be able to start taking care of the things that we can't control, getting rid of the things that are causing problems in our life. That way, when we don't have as many problems in our life, it frees up more energy and it frees up more time to do the things that we want to do. Frees up more time to start doing the things that we're good at, doing the things that actually make us happy rather than being tied down by all the things that are causing problems in our life. So I hope that helped out. I hope you're able to understand that tolerations in your life are going to continue to drag your energy down. It's going to take up all your time. It's going to rob you of the gifts of life if we don't take the time to identify what we have in our life that's causing problems and making a plan to get rid of it.